Every living thing always has bad days. Lucky for us humans, we can speak out and ask for help. But it's so unfortunate for animals because they can't talk. We only notice their distress and need for help by how they're behaving. Well, sit tight and watch how these animals ask for help. Number 14. Dog in agony. It's so unfortunate how dogs are constantly mistreated despite their loyalty to humans. Well, this particular dog was injured, and as a result of being left untreated, it became a massive swell. I can't imagine the pain that dog must have been in. Fortunately, a helpful citizen got a hold of it and decided to take it to surgery. After a couple of hours, the dog was up and well, with the swell gone and just a wound to nurse. I still wonder what the dog would have said to them if he could speak. A thank you, maybe. Number 13. A man rescues 3 sharks. How many of you think you'll rescue a shark if they're ever caught in trouble and need our help? After all the horrors I've heard about sharks, count me out. Luckily, we already have a hero for this job who's just a call away. This man got a call about 3 little baby sharks that had gotten stuck in a pool of water. It's probably due to the lack of currents that they ended up there, but if it weren't for him, they wouldn't have survived much longer because it was getting warmer every hour. Our researcher thought it'd be a walk in the park to rescue these baby sharks, so he went there unequipped, hoping to catch them with his bare hands. Although he finally did, it took him hours and looked like a dirt bike by the time he was done. The thing is, these sharks were so evasive, making it hard to get a good grip on them. Eventually, when the sharks got tired, he caught them and took them to the deep-sea waters. This was so cute. Hopefully, they'll be reunited with their mother. Number 12. Starving dog in a dumpster. To date, I still don't understand why the world has to be survival for the fittest. I mean, we could all live in harmony with no one having to be trampled upon. Sadly, that's how it is. This poor puppy was found in the dumpster lying motionless, probably due to hunger, since it hadn't eaten for days. From the looks of it, it seemed like the bigger dogs were bullying it, so it sought refuge in a dumpster with the hope of finding a meal, which once again went terribly wrong. The animal rescuers found the little cute puppy whimpering in hunger and gave it water before taking it to the clinic for treatment. The puppy really needed the help because it wasn't trying to be defensive when approached. Number 11. Rabbit stuck in a skating bowl. Can you imagine how frustrating it can get if you're trying to get out of a situation but fail by an inch? This bunny right here knows the feeling too well. How it got stuck in a skating bowl isn't all that important right now. The thing is, this poor bunny tried to get out several times and ended up sliding down the very bottom to where he came from. Finally, it gave up and lay still until someone came to help. Probably he'd come to skate. We all know how evasive bunnies are. Now you can imagine what despair can do. The bunny finally ran away gracefully with the rest of the pack. I bet it told of his kindness to the other bunnies, in their bunny language. Number 10. Whale trapped on a net. Rescuing creatures at sea doesn't only take bravery but also love. This deep-sea diver heard the news that a sperm whale that he'd known for almost 11 years had gotten stuck with a rope. Immediately, he embarked on a rescue mission that took hours to wrap up. The whale had its lower jaw tangled up on rope, making it impossible for it to move. In fact, it was way harder where the rope was tangled up to its teeth. I mean, apart from all this being very risky considering that there are sharks in the sea, I think it's quite amazing helping the largest animal on Earth. Number 9. Puppy rescued after car accident. Accidents do happen when we least expect them. I guess that's why this driver didn't notice the little puppy that was crossing the road and accidentally ran it over. The poor puppy lay there crying in agony as it waited for animal rescue who'd been phoned. The animal rescue team found it bleeding out as it lay in the road and took action immediately by wiping off its blood and giving it water. The puppy was later taken to an animal clinic where it recovered slowly as it was given the right medication. I bet they became best friends with the vet. Number 8. Rescued puppy from the trash. This probably is the most emotional video of all. This poor puppy was trashed away by its former owner for whatever reason, but fortunately, its whimpers were heard and the animal rescue was contacted. When it was taken out of the trash, its legs and mouth had been wrapped with duct tape before it was put in a yellow bag. It hadn't spent a very long time in the trash because it would have been buried in the trash that people would have thrown in there. Apart from being extremely thirsty, this little cute puppy had no injuries when discovered. After a careful medical check and clean bath, it was safely given a new home with loving owners. Number 7. Removing barnacles from sea turtle. We all know that sea turtles are very slow. So imagine how slow it would be if it added some barnacles to its shell. They definitely become super slow, and most of the time they're open to infection. You wouldn't want that, right? Our guy right here pitied this adorable sea turtle who apparently carried twice its weight due to the barnacles attached to it. It definitely took hours to detach all of them since it takes one to be delicate so as to not crack the shell. Eventually, the turtle was as good as new and going as fast as it was supposed to. Thanks to such acts of kindness, there are thousands of turtles out in the sea with barnacles burdening them. So please be kind and offload them when you come across one. Number 6. Stray kittens in the backyard. It's arguably true that cats are adorably cute. Now, if you agree with me, imagine how cute kittens can be. Well, this house owner had to witness their beauty firsthand when she found 3 kittens in her backyard. At first sight, the cute little kittens hid in fear before coming out into the open. It's clear that these cute little kittens were starving, and the owner of the house offered them some milk. It's so wonderful how the kittens quickly get along with their new environment. Good for them. They won't be starving anymore. Number 5. Rescue a dolphin. I think the one creature that deserves to be saved all the time is a dolphin, given the countless times it's been known to do the same for humans. It might seem like a little exaggeration, but think about it. What are the chances of you surviving a shark attack if dolphins never came through? It all comes down to 0. These people did well for this dolphin that got stuck on dry land after a wave pushed it over. If it weren't for them, the poor dolphin would have already suffocated. The dolphin didn't even have to call for help because it was so evident that it was getting weaker and wasn't breathing. Finally, it was helped back to the water and reunited with its mother. Number 4. Kangaroo handshake. Did you know that a kangaroo punch has a force of 275 pounds? Technically, it's more than enough to dislocate your jaw. Scary, right? So this certain kangaroo was stuck in the water, and from the looks of it, it couldn't hop out. It just stood there hoping that someone could come and help it out. Fortunately, 2 men came and carried it out of the water. The kangaroo was definitely in between disbelief and gratitude. Right after being rescued, 1 man quickly hit his face, thinking that it wanted to slap him. The kangaroo knew better. That's no way to thank a man who just saved your life. All the kangaroo wanted was to shake their hands, which he did. I think I'm gonna get a kangaroo after this. That was so cute. Number 3. Penguin asked for help. Alone and tired, this baby penguin was trying to find some solid ground to catch its breath. It circled around the boat with a couple inside who were probably out to watch the beautiful ocean waters. The poor penguin made a couple of rounds close to the boat without any of the crew realizing what it really wanted. If only it spoke, they could have known that it needed help. After seeing that they weren't realizing what it wanted, the penguin hopped onto the boat. It was so tired and cold that all it needed was calmness and a good fuzzy cuddle. You know, sometimes I wish we understood animal language. It would have been a lot easier. Number 2. Abandoned puppy. In his daily routine, this man noticed a little puppy lying right beside the road alone. This isn't typical of puppies, if you ask me, since they always love the company of their mother. On closer look, he noticed that the puppy had a badly hurt leg that restricted its motion. So the Samaritan took responsibility and approached it, giving it water just so the puppy would act friendly as he checked its leg. It was fractured, and when he took it to the vet, he was told that it was probably hurt by external factors. So sad. Well, the good news is that the puppy is getting better as we speak. After all, who would have believed that chivalry isn't dead if not for this man? Number 1. Wild bird seeks help. Trust me, unless a bird is completely in need, there's no way you'll get a grip on it easily. On a wild tour, this wild bird flew right into the steering wheel of the tourist truck and posted there. The little bird didn't seem to have any shred of fear, as most birds do. It was offered some water, but it didn't take it and preferred to stay still. I think the sun was too hot that day and couldn't think of anywhere cooler than inside the car. After a couple of moments of taking fun pictures and cooling off, the bird was taken back to a branch on a tree. I think it'll have to wait for the next car to pass by so that it can cool off again. Until next time, adios.